broke onto the scene. People were aware of him, but he didn't have the visa to enter America until this last year. So 2020, relocated to Detroit, where he's training. And since then, well, he's made a splash, right? And look at that, diving Kimura over the top.
Beautiful to the pass.
Almost secures the pass. Good guard recovery from Matthew Leighton. Matt Leighton representing tag team BJJ. Quite an underrated competitor in my opinion. But a good test for both men in this elimination round in the super heavyweights.
Yeah, Haisam is the type of guy that can have so much success in the US. Not only for his size, but for his persona and the way that he fights. But he has a very distinctive persona, so it only helps him.
Yeah, I think you just nailed it right there. It's how he fights. It's his jiu-jitsu. You know, he's a very humble, very down-to-earth, very unassuming guy. But his jiu-jitsu, man, his jiu-jitsu is great. He really goes out there and goes for the kill.
And he's a neck turner. Like, the guy is huge. So whenever he passes, people look at him, what the size of this guy? And he's still super heavy.
Yeah, we've been told he's a phenomenal athlete. Started jiu-jitsu in his teen years, training in Japan. Right now, just trying to figure out this guard of Matthew Leighton. Got lots of action running here at the 2021 Nogi Pans. We have rounds 1, 2, 10, and 11 featuring the black belts, including some big names. We'll see Nogi World Champions Lucas Barboza, Natalie Ribeiro, Victor Hugo, and many more. Haisam, looking to make his mark here, I believe, in the Nogi scene. You know, he's picked up wins in those smaller tournaments, such as the American National Nogi, and he's had super fight wins on Who's Number One and Fight to Win. But you know, let's not underestimate the power of winning a major IBJJF tournament for your reputation and for your career, right?
I couldn't agree more, and sorry about my words, but what gets me like pissed is when people come and start saying, oh, but you fight IBJJF and you have to pay for this, you have to pay for that, and then like even some of the events out there, they start bashing out IBJJF, and they forget that this is where they see the fighters that they invite over to their events the first time.
Great point.
You know, so if we're not fighting at IBJJF, which has been around for 25 years, doing a great job, always getting better. I never went to there was never a year that it was worse than the previous year. It was always growing, always better, especially after joining forces with Flow Grappling. So the stage becomes a screen, and we're all out there, and then all the promotions and all the events and all the franchises are able to see the fighters showcasing their art and inviting them over to their events to make some money.
Oh, they've done so much to grow the sport, right? The IBJJF has really helped take jiu-jitsu worldwide. And this is what we're seeing here. We're seeing an international level matchup right here in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas, with the American Matthew Leighton on bottom up against the African, born in Ghana, raised in, spent his formative years in Tokyo, Japan, and now competing here in the United States. Just goes to show what an international sport this is. And Haisam right now just feeling out Leighton, trying to get past that guard. I think a smart move actually from Leighton in pulling guard, because people who have tried to stand with Haisam have ended up getting some air miles. He's got amazing 100%. Judo throws.
He has great judo throws, especially when you go for his hips.
Right.
He is always gonna be the distance keeper. He's gonna be the one managing distance always, because there's no one as tall as him, and he knows what to do. He's like John Jones in Jiu-Jitsu. Like he manages distance like no one else. So you don't want to stay standing with this guy. And if he pulls guard and he shoots for a triangle with those legs, there's barely a chance to get out of those. So yeah, and still he has a good guard pass game.
Almost completes the pass, but amazing flexibility from Matthew Leighton. Very impressive recovery there. right now back into this head-to-head position from the open guard. Haisam Rida is 27 years old, 6'5". Aren't that many people that you'll come up against at that of that size in the super heavyweight division, right?
Oh yeah. No, you're not gonna find anyone like that.
He went white to black belt in his jiu-jitsu career in Japan. You know, this is the. It can't be emphasized enough, actually, how important his time in Japan was, not just to his life, but his jiu-jitsu career. Because imagine you're 6'5" in Japan. You're training, you know, with guys who are always going to be smaller than you.
Yeah,
right?
they're probably always going to be smaller anywhere in the world other than Scandinavia.
Right. Yeah.
But in Japan, especially, right?
And I think the interesting thing that is that, you know, if you're 6'5", then you gotta play a small man's game. You gotta adapt your game. You gotta be able to go up against people smaller than you, and you gotta be able to do small guy moves. Right. And you know, right now he's still probing, he's still finding his openings, but I think that we'll see him do that because he's very, very good at. He's very opportunistic in his attacks, very aggressive. Matthew Leighton, though, is like I say, an underrated technician. You know, he was a top-ranked player in the ELIMINATOR circuit. In 2019, 2018-2019, had a series of good performances there. But not so much known for his no-gi, but obviously equally proficient, trying to get in underneath the legs there of Haisam. Under those legs once again, and it kind of does make sense when you've got somebody as tall as you with long legs. You can wrap those up and get a deep leg entanglement and go for a leg lock. It's a smart strategy, right?
It is. Especially big feet means big heels, easier hook.
Trying to go possibly for the cock push. I can't see. Oh no, the inside leg position is in. It's underneath the hips and not over the leg.
Yeah, once Haisam understands that his length will be much better used if he starts projecting himself on top of the guard player, and like he's gonna be able to touch the floor, to touch the mat after the guy's head, and his feet are still on the other side. So he covered the guard player. He covers his opponent, and then there's not much to do. So when he finds out that, or he understands that, and starts playing like that, that's going to be tough to hold him in the guard. Nice try from Matthew. Took down.
Oh, he's going to get those points.
2 points. 30 seconds to go.
Man, that's tough for Haisam to score back. If he can score back, he's got the advantage on the 3 advantages on the board, but.
And Matthew did the right thing. He projected himself on top of him.
Oh man, it looks like he could take the win here. Very smart move by then pulling guard. Excellent strategy from Matthew Leighton.
He got it. He got it.
Shutting down Haisam Rida. And that'll probably be another advantage.
Not enough to turn the score.
And Matthew Leighton's going to take that one. 2 points to 0.
30 seconds to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very, very smart strategy from Matthew Leighton there. He played the game extremely well and was able to frustrate Haisam a little bit, I would say. You know, the way that he used his guard to control the distance and secure himself and stay safe from those pass attempts.
Yeah, very sound, very conservative, just guard retention, pure one-on-one.
And the late reversal like that as well, very clever, right? The way that, you know, it's like timing it. So exactly, no time for him to score back. I think that was very, very clever from Matthew Leighton there.